What's going on, guys? This is Paul with 12 Volt Review, and today I have a new radio for 2014. And I know it's still 2013, but it's new for 2014. And it is the Pioneer DEH-X3600UI. This is their third in line. It's probably going to average around 99 to 109, maybe 119, depending on where you get it from. Has a 1-year warranty. It's got USB inputs for iPod and stuff, and I guess without further ado, let's get it out of the box and see what's inside, and then we'll get it mounted up, see what on the back side, then we'll get it powered up and see what the inside of the front looks like. So, alright, let's get this 3600UI open here. First thing I see is the remote. That's awesome. And we got some install screws with some CD keys. Actually, not really for the CD, they're for the radio, so you can slide it in and out of the cage. Got the harness so you can wire it up and get it powered up and everything. And inside here, we can slide these out without making too big of a mess. We got the manual, got the 1-year warranty card here. Good thing to read on that. Pull it out of the box. There's nothing else in the box, so I'm going to set this off to the side. Down there's good. So we got some styrofoam. And it's a little plastic bag to just keep the dust off of it. Then it's got the little corner protective tape here to keep the corners from being scratched while it's dinged up while it's being shipped around and everything. Alright, has a nice little tag here. This is like mainly for store for display, so they can slide it in their little hole and have this sticking out, so you kind of read what the basics of the radio, all the basic features it has. But well, there's the radio. Let's get it mounted on my little tiny stand, and we'll see what the back looks like, and we'll hit the front. Alright, we got the back of it going on here. It's, I guess as usual, we'll start from the left hand side and work our way this way. Over here we have the FM antenna plug-in. Your vehicle may require an antenna adapter. Right here we have the fuse and power plug. That's where that wired harness plugged into after you wire it up. This right here, this is the wired remote input. If your vehicle has steering wheel controls that control your factory radio, when you pull your factory radio out, those functions stop working. But you have you can purchase an optional module that you can program to the car and plug into here. That way you can continue controlling your radio with the steering controls, your new radio. That's what that is. Over here we got the front 2-volt RCA pre-outs, and here we have the rear / subwoofer pre-outs, which means you can either run them as a high level output or highs output, or you can switch over to subwoofer and have just lower frequencies coming out of here. You can either have two channel amps, a 4-channel amp, a 2-channel amp and a bass amp, just a bass amp, just whatever. You have a couple of choices there. And that's pretty much it on the back of it. Let's get it turned around and get it powered up, and we'll see what all kind of features are in it. Alright, we got it powered up, and the first thing is asking you want to do a setup. So I'll just go ahead and go on through this real quick, and then go ahead and switch over to radio. First thing I see here is the radio's got a nice glossy black look to it. As from what I see here, a variable illumination, so that means you can have all kinds of different colors going on here. And this will start from the, left, work over to the right. We got your eject button right here. You press it, and CD comes out. This is your CD slot. Over here, of course, you got a little bit of little bar illumination, and right next to it's the illuminated USB port. That's for your iPhone or iPod, or if you have Androids, they'll plug it in here as well. It'll charge up your phones. You can, after you plug it in, you can control all the songs, from the radio. Directly underneath it is a non-illuminated aux input. That's what works with anything that has a 3.5mm headphone jack output. You can plug it in and that, and plug it here, and you feel like an old tape deck. With a headphone jack, you can listen to tapes on here. These are your presets. They also double as other features for different modes of the radio. This is your display button that's going to show clock and frequency. And if you show clock, and let's say if you change a station or something, after a few seconds it switches back over to clock. If you just show frequency, it just shows you know the station the whole time. These are your channel changing track buttons. You know, for USB, CD, you know, changing the songs on the iPhone, iPod, Android. You can use this to change between the songs. Over here we got the source button, which you also hold it down, it turns the radio off. If you're in FM mode or radio mode, you click the little search button, nothing happens. But if you press it like an iPhone or iPod, USB mode, you can use that to help search for songs on your device. This little arrow right here is a little bent arrow, but when you press it, when you're in menus and stuff, it'll back you out all the menus back to the starting menu. If you press and hold it down for a few seconds, it turns on the dimmer. And all it does is, if it's too bright at night, you can dim it real quick without having to go on the menus, and put the dimmer back off. Just hold it off again, and it goes back to full brightness. Over here we got the band button. We got FM1, FM2, FM3, AM, and back to FM1 again. And that gives you 18 preset stations for FM and 6 AM stations that you can preset on your buttons right here. The Mixtrax button, you can download the free program from Pioneer electronics.com. It's called Mixtrax. You can what you do is you dump all your music on your computer into this program and plug in a little USB drive in the computer. Select what kind of beats you want, whether it's country, techno, club, jazz, whatever, and you tell it to start, and it'll analyze each song and blend each song together like a DJ. So like one continuous song, and when you do that, your lights dance and stuff when you plug it in here when it's in Mixtrax mode. That's pretty much it for all the outsides. Looks like the CD plays WMAs, MP3s. Of course, this is Mixtrax. And then of course regular store-bought CDs too, if they even still make those. I don't know. Alright, let's go into the actual menu. As you can see right now, it's in demo mode. When you first buy a radio, most of them nowadays all come in demo mode because they're made to be put into a display and kind of give the customer something to look at. So one of the first things you want to do when you first get your radio, before you set all the settings, is go straight and turn the demo mode off. But I'll show you how to do that here in just a second. Alright, to go into the actual menu part of the radio, you press the volume button here. You turn your volume down, and also if you push it straight in, it goes into menus. You got your function, which I think is just for the radio, best station memory, local, all, seek, and back. I'm pressing the backup menu, you see I went back out there. The next one's audio. And you go in there, you get your fader, balance, EQ settings, loudness, lows, mids, and highs. That really gives you a pronounced output, much loudness. Subwoofer, normal, reverse. Usually just leave it on normal unless you're a audiophile and like to really play with your settings. You might want to change it to reverse for whatever reason. Subwoofer control. You can change the hertz that you want the subwoofer to run at, if you have a ported box, sealed box, whatever. And you also have your gain, +6, -6 for the subwoofer. And I believe these are dB settings. Alright, go back out of that. Next is bass boost. I think it's level 1 and 2, 3, 4. Yeah, up to 6. And yep, 6. That really gives you a little harder hit to the bass. You can adjust that however you like it. High pass filter settings. That's to take the highs out of your your normal speakers. I mean the highs. Take the bass out and just the way you want to. Usually just leave it on full range if you want. And we're back to fader. I skipped up EQ settings since it's kind of sort of in depth. So we're going to go into it. We got powerful, natural, vocal, custom 1, custom 2, back to flat, super bass, powerful. All these other ones, these are factory preset EQ settings that are already made in the radio. Most all radios have those. Custom 1, custom 2, you can have 2 different EQ settings that you make. What is going to custom 1? You get your 80 hertz, 250 hertz, 800 hertz, which is your mids, 2.5 kilohertz, which is your, I guess, mid highs or however you want to call them, mid tweets, and then 8 kilohertz, which is your tweeter side, your sounds. So let's say if you want to change that, you just click it, select it, and adjust it +6, -6, however you want to set it. And a little graph here kind of gives you the best idea of your settings as best as possible. It's not too terribly accurate on its little lines there, but it'll give you a rough estimation of what's going on. And that's pretty much it for the custom setting. Custom 2, just like that, except you can switch between each one. Every song sounds different, so you can go to custom 2 if custom 2 EQ settings sound better for certain songs. And that's pretty much that's it for that. I think I got all those. So we'll go to audio. Next is Illumination. Illumination, you got key color, display color, both color, Illumination X on, and back to key color. Key color is this little section here and this section over here. You would think these, since these are keys, these are the colors too, but no, this is for the display. And I'll show you that here in just a second. We're going to go change it to, let's say, green, red. Alright, we changed the keys to red. As you can see, these are still green. So now we're going to go to display color, and we'll change it to, I'll find blue. There. As you can see, these keys are part of the display color, right here. And these are keys, and these are keys over here. Now if you go to both color, all it does is change both of the colors to whatever color you want. You know, if you have like green on your dash or orange on your dash, you can make it kind of match up with what you have. Illumination effects on, that's the stuff that bounces on the display. And that's it for Illumination. Next is system. This is where you need to go to demo to turn it off. So here's clock set. We all know what that is. If you want it 24 hours or 12 hours, if you're military or not. Info display, I think it's Spina, however you want to say it. Level meter is if you just wanted to show different things on the display. Source, radio, clock off, nothing there. Level meter. So it's whatever you want. Aux on, aux off. That's all this does is by default this auxiliary input is turned on. This allows you to turn it off if you want. If you don't want to use that for some weird reason, you can turn it off. But there's the function for that right there, so you can turn it off or on. Dimmer off. This is the actual menu for it, and it just gives you what is that? You know, dimmer off or on. So it's just another way to get to that, even though it's down here too. Alright, back out of that. Oops. Brightness. This is a custom dimmer. You can actually turn it down to whatever color you know, dim lightness you want. Illumination, whatever you want to call it. Alright, back out of that. And demo off. Yes. Demo's now off. What demo does is, let's say if you go in there and you first turn the radio on, you go and set your EQ settings. If you leave the radio alone for 10 or 15 seconds, it goes back in demo mode, which automatically erases all your settings. And even if you re-rake the radio back up, you still lost all your settings. So always turn demo mode off. Alright, next is, let's see, what the clock said, I think. Yeah, so demo mode is not going to show up until we get into the standby menu, then you can turn it back on if you want it. Alright, let's see here. And system, Mixtrax. This is the settings for the Mixtrax program. Oops, got into it first. Short playback. What that does is this tells the radio how long to play each song. You can either select it for 1 minute of each song. If the song is like 10 minutes long, it'll only play 1 minute of it before it blends you into the next song. 1 minute and a half, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, or just off and it plays the full length of the song. What else? The next one's flash area. Key and display, or just key. So if it either flashes all this or just outside. Alright, here. Flash pattern is just, you know, you go in there and adjust the sound level if you want it to be for different stuff. Low pass if you want it to just beat with the bass, or just randomly, however you want it. You can play with all the settings while it's playing. You see which one you like better. Display effects on. That way it does stuff while it's playing. Cut in effects. That's in between all the songs. And back to short playback. All right. After Mixtrax, we got back to functions. So well, that's it. That's all the features. It's really nice radio. I like the clear Illumination bars they have on here. It's not as bright. It's still kind of bright, but it's not as bright as models were for the 2013 models. But it's still got some bright. It's got nice little dot matrix looking numbers here. As I said, the buttons also have alternate functions, for different modes of the radio. Other than that, it looks really nice for an average price of around $100 or so, $109, something like that. And if you just want a CD player with an iPhone or iPod, this might be the radio for you. All right, I got it all put back in the box and everything. I apologize earlier. I just hooked up where I can, see myself in a bigger monitor off the side. So in case you're looking off the side like that, that's because I'm trying to make sure everything that I'm talking is, visually centered for you. And apparently, when I'm looking over here, my balls aren't centered on you. Anyway, I'm trying to force myself to look straight at the camera, like that. And only if I need to look over. Anyway, I got that out of the way. This is the Pioneer DEH-X3600UI. It's new for 2014. It may not be on the shelves just yet. It's like third up in level, maybe fourth, depending on the if they come out with a entry level CD player. The 150 MP is still current, so they may upgrade it later on, maybe to the 1600 MP or something, or 160, whatever it is. Anyway. This radio is going to average around about $100, $110, depending on where you get it from. It is really nice looking radio. It's nice and slick, glossy black if you like that. And it's got iPhone, iPod controls, Android controls, and pretty much has all your basic features that you would need. It doesn't come with Bluetooth or Sirius XM. But if you got your iPod full of music, then you don't need all that stuff. Anyway, this is Paul with 12 Volt Review. I appreciate y'all watching. I hope you have an awesome day, and please subscribe.